Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 multiplayer action. Master Assassin, Skillman bombs popped. He's going to be running in up against Turin's Tomb Kings here, so let's get straight to it. My goal here is to use this missile debuff to try and snipe out ARKHAN in the early game, but Turin, sensing this, has brought a couple of Bone Giants here to try and counter skirmish. Let's take a look. I've got a Plague Priest here, a couple of Warp Grinders for the snare. Got a Warp Lightning Cannon, a couple of Sharpshooters with a couple of Rattling Guns, a bunch of Chaff, as you would expect, and yeah, the Master Assassin with one Flayer just to give us some anti-infantry damage. Yeah, for the Tomb Kings here, we've got some Spooky Bone Giants, ARKHAN the Black as well, Tomb Scorpion, Eyes of the Desert, and a bunch of Skelly Boys with Kara Horsemen out to the flanks. So far so good. We're lighting up ARKHAN, and the reason why you use this is to remove his innate missile resistance and also to slow him down quite a bit. Unfortunately, Turin doing a good job just pulling away there, keeping him out of range, trying to come up and pressure with some of these cav units. So we're just going to go ahead and open fire on whatever's in range. Unfortunately, the Bone Giants are accurate enough that they're kind of able to pick off some of these unit models of the cannons themselves, which is not great for me. So we're going to start to focus fire on them instead. Meanwhile, you can see the the assassin throwing his little ninja stars up and over the hill. Looks like the carrion. Oh man, he just one-shotted one of those carrion models. That was great. He actually does quite a bit of missile damage, and people who can use him effectively to kind of kite and pick away at high-value targets, it's going to be quite a powerful tool. Almost like, not quite like a Glady, but the missile damage is definitely nothing to sneeze at. Unfortunately, these carrion with their high melee defense are going to do enough to disrupt these Jezzails that it's not amazing for me. And likewise, Turin's doing a good job trying to pressure with these Kara Horsemen as well on my Rattling Gunners here. Doesn't really have a lot to follow it up right away, but over here we're able to get these Kara Horsemen pinned down by the Warp Grinders. Didn't actually catch the effect earlier, but they did get frozen in place to drop their order. Follow up with the Clan Rat Spears. Should be able to take care of them. Range fight's going okay. It's not amazing, but the Bone Giants are... Oh yeah, looks like they just finished off a second model there for the Warp Lightning Cannon, so have lost some value there, but frontline engagement's going reasonably well. I've gotten a little bit far forward with this Plague Furnace as well. Could potentially get punished for that, but let's see. Am I actually going to issue an order on those Clan Rats? Doesn't look like it. I'm a little bit focused on trying to keep my missile units alive in kind of this big melee that's ensuing over here, but we should be able to pull some of those missile units away. Meanwhile, here you can see the Master Assassin continuing to poke, and if we get that effect on ARKHAN again and try and snipe him with all these missile units, just focus fire, should be pretty decent. He is going to throw a Spirit Leech there. Not sure exactly who that was on. Looks like on the Plague Priest potentially, but the Bone Giants just have so many targets to shoot at. You can see immediately when the Rattling Gunners open up, going to start to do a lot of damage to those Ushabti, keep them suppressed and everything in there. Unfortunately, those Kara Horsemen still just doing a great job trying to keep up the pressure. And you can see the Scorpion, again, coming a little bit too far forward here. Same thing with the Natty Buboes. I've come a little bit too far forward to try and get ARKHAN the Black. We do have the negative missile resistance again, but he popped that Liber Mortis. And, ooh, looks like a bit of a swing and a miss there on the Warp Lightning Cannon. Unfortunate, but this Tomb Scorpion's coming in and doing a ton of damage to my Plague Priest. And again, not paying super close attention there. I'm also not paying super close attention to my Lord, who's getting pulled up because his attack order is actually on ARKHAN himself. So he's going to come up and get danger close and just start to get blasted by those Sepulchral Stalkers. They actually do magic damage with their missile attack, so I don't think I've ever actually seen them do a ton of damage like this before, but between Spirit Leech and then all of a sudden the two Bone Giants as well are going to focus fire on him, he suddenly takes a ton of damage, and holy cow, yeah, I didn't realize what deleted him so quickly there, but those Sepulchral Stalkers, I don't think I've ever seen them do something with their ranged attack before. That was honestly kind of impressive, so a huge mistake by me, and my Lord just gets absolutely killed there. We'll see, bounce power still pretty even. I've still got a lot of missile units and these Warp Grinders online, plus the Plague Furnace, so potentially we can keep things going here. This Doom Flare can also get in, get some good anti-infantry damage, but those Bone Giants still have quite a bit of ammo left. Let's see, 6 shots there, 6 shots there, so quite a bit of potential damage. We're going to continue to try and generate Clan Rat summons, generate value there if we can. The Doom Flares unfortunately get caught up there on the Eyes of the Desert, which is not great, but swing and a miss on a couple times, and the Warp Lightning Cannon thankfully still has one cannon online. Gets a good hit on ARKHAN there. If we could potentially finish ARKHAN off, we could probably bring this back, but Quake here to freeze those Ushabti in place, a Seismic Snare. We're going to pull back the Rattling Guns. We do still have both teams online, including the RORs, so you should be able to get some value from them here in this late game situation. Come on, Ratty boys. Spin her up. Today, please. There we go. They just absolutely shred them once they do open up. Unfortunately, yeah. Ushabti's summon, it just puts another unit right on top of them. So, of course, once you deal with one Ushabti, another one just takes its place, right? That's just how Undead goes. This Plague Priest as well getting blasted by the last few shots there. Giants getting some nice hits in the late game. Yeah, little minor RNG things. Even with my mistakes, I feel like little minor RNG things, like these Giants missing a few more shots on this Plague Priest, might have been able to take it back. I don't know. The Sepulchral Stalkers are actually going to sit. And I don't know if they finally fixed the missile attack, because the Sepulchral Stalkers, I want to say this is like the same missile attack that the Medusa has, and it was just not functioning correctly before. So maybe they actually fixed it now, and Sepulchral Stalkers are going to be a new meta unit. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'll have to do some testing with that, but just certainly from what I've seen in this battle, I've not seen that breath attack or their little spitting attack do that much damage before, so I am very impressed. Sepulchral Stalkers might be a new unit to check out for the the Tomb Kings. But yeah, things are not looking great on the balance of power at this point for me. We do get another Quake here to try and pin in these infantry units, pin in this Tomb Scorpion as well. Fortunately, the Flayer did get routed off there, so not really able to do that much anti-infantry, but come on, Grinders. Let's see what you got. Give them a poke. There we go. Unfortunately, the anti-infantry AP and the Terror is very quickly going to lead to these Warp Grinders wanting to run away, but they can maybe get some hits in with their high weapon strength, potentially. Not really sure, but the Flayers come back. We've still got a little bit of a chance here. Balance power still even, and you can see these Rattling Guns, these Teeth Breakers, the RORs, still not finished yet. Likewise, the Natty Boobos, or these regular Jezzails rather, still not finished yet. We're going to pop Concealment Bombs and try and run away with these guys. You can see they actually are stocked right there, which is really nice. I'm going to try and use them to good effect in this late game. Warp Lightning Cannon crew back online. We've got Clan Rats back online, so we're still in it in this late game here. A Quake here, freezing this Bone Giant in place. These Warp Grinders, unfortunately, a little bit exposed here. I should have probably pulled them back to the support of these spears here, but the spears are just going to immediately get terrified anyway, so it's not like we can do too much. But regardless, melee units making their final stand here, and the Teeth Breakers finally reveal themselves, the Jezzails as well, so these dang Sepulchral Stalkers who've generated so much value in this game just getting absolutely wrecked here by these Skaven missiles. Still crumbling though, and my hatred of undead and the crumbling mechanic is well known, and see, this is a good reason why. You see that? They're broken, they come in here, and yet they still shatter this unit of Jezzails, which, if this unit of Jezzails didn't shatter and I had them still poking away at some of these Bone Giants, we could potentially, or like finish off ARKHAN maybe, I don't know. It just would have been nice to have that in this late game here is all I'm saying. So yeah, crumbling, totally a valid and balanced game mechanic. We're going to fast forward a little bit more here as we kind of pull my forces back together. Teeth Breakers continue to light up that Giant as it advances, but we can't really get away from the Scorpion. Likewise, the Warp Lightning Cannon. I'm actually currently manually firing the Warp Lightning Cannon, trying to just point blank ARKHAN right in the face. But, yeah, he's actually within the minimum range right now, so I wouldn't be able to hit him necessarily. But see? Here we go. Oh, and it's a swing and a miss, unfortunately. Just barely missed him. I feel like if I had actually finished off ARKHAN here, I don't quite have enough missile damage to finish him off, but oop. And a point blank. Oh, just barely missed him again. Yeah. Yeah, pretty fun stuff to try and get that manual fire snipe, that spiteful snipe in the late game. It wasn't going to bail me out regardless, but still very fun. Well played to Turin, and yeah, those Sepulchral Stalkers, I don't know again if that was part of the Medusa change or what, but I'm going to have to go back and check them out, because that I am very, very impressed by. Very interesting stuff. For myself, yeah, getting the Master Assassin sniped, definitely unexpected, and I should have been paying closer attention, obviously. But if I'd kept him alive into the late game there, just to continue to provide that missile damage and that missile debuff to ARKHAN, we actually could have probably pulled out a win there. I think this build has some merit against Tomb Kings, maybe in the hands of a player that's got a little bit better micro than me. Maybe you could make some minor adjustments as well. Maybe get like 1 or 2 units of rat ogres somehow. Not really sure. Maybe you could cut one of the grinders and like the tail slashers down and get maybe a unit of rat ogres or 2. But anyway, very well played the turn. Very fun stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Not going to make it too long today. I've got some other stuff I've got to get to, but I should be having plenty of streams and other things going on around this time anyway. So stay tuned for more content. Yeah, if you like this sort of thing, subscribe, give it a like, share with your friends, and we'll see you next time.